All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. Do you understand?
G'day guys, Chaos Chronicles. Alright, so I've got a bit of an additive to add to the no comment videos, alright? So, if you have been arrested, you need to know that from the moment you get arrested and from the moment till the moment you leave that prison door, you need to keep your mouth shut, because you will never ever experience anything like the walls have ears in prison, I promise you, and people are constantly listening out to try and get info off you so they can dob you in and get less time off their sentence. Believe me. Now, a common mistake what people make is in the police cells. You're stuck in police cells for anywhere between 2 and 14 days, right? And that is the absolute lowest. You have 3 cushions to lie on, putrid food. It is horrible. And you have all day sitting in a cell with about 15 other people, and all you do all day is you hear people talking absolute shit. And so, literally, countless amounts of people have been charged with crimes that they're not in prison for right now, for opening their mouth and talking about it in prison, in the police cells. All right, so the police cells are bugged to the shithouse, but not only that, they also put undercover police officers in the police cell with you to try and act like they've just been arrested as well. Buddy, they'll spend days in there with you. There was one time when this happened, and so the police had just shot and murdered this one guy, and they arrested his other mate. They killed the other guy, and then the police went into the holding cells to try and get information out of this guy. He spent like 5 days in there. All the boys jerried that it was a cop. Next thing you know, there's toilet paper going over all the cameras, and that bloke nearly lost his life. And so they do it 100%. People tell rumors of like cops going undercover, but I tell you right now, I don't think cops go undercover in jail. But as far as like the custody center, police cells and stuff like that, 100%. And the walls have ears. Trust me, they all have these little microphones all over, so you can press and buzz up and talk to the police and ask for stuff. They are listening at all times, and I can countless amounts of people that are doing jail for the rest of their life right now from getting heard over buzzers, like presser buzzers. And so then you've got, in jail, when you get to jail, every single cell has an intercom in there. Every single cell. So all they have to do is press a button. You can't even tell that they're listening, but they are. And people talk in their cells, and they just get recorded. And so like the whole MRC, so at MRC, they've got these little brown boxes about every 50 meters on the fence. And then they've got these other little boxes up high with these little wires hanging down. They are all bugs. The whole jail is bugged. So I know of a guy, he actually stabbed a guy 123 times, and he was probably going to get away with it. And he was at MRC, and he was big noting about it. I remember I worked in the kitchen with this guy, and I told him to rub it off his boots. His name was Umit, right? And he wasn't all there. Anyway, he had Umit 123 in big letters on his kitchen boots, and I said, mate, you need to get that off. That's just stupid. I know you think it's tough, all this, but all this shit is going to come back and bite you in the ass when you are going to court. And sure enough, that guy, for opening his big mouth, telling the whole story from start to finish to his mates in the smoko room, bang, he went down, got done for it. As a matter of fact, that same guy there, so I'm not going to give names, but he was talking about a certain mafia dude, and then got police involved with that mafia dude for the shit that same guy was talking in the smoko room. So they are 100%. And actually, when you go into the kitchen office, the screws office, or when you're handing your card in, you can see this big like glass door, and inside that glass door, it looks like a stereo. But if you read it, it says prisoner voice recording, and then it's got like an equalizer. The whole jail is bugged. But trust me right now, the best advice that I can give you is the only person you speak to about your crime is your barrister. Because I promise you right now, there are people in prison right now that are gathering information by the bucket load and handing it out. There are jail informants. Do you know what I mean? You ask the screws, they will tell you out of 100% of people in that yard, 50% of them are snitching in some way or another. You know, and self-snitching is the worst. Self-snitching will get you more time, 100%. And not only that, you know, people talk about other people's crimes because they think they're good because they know about it. Trust me, all that shit, if someone else finds out that you're in prison talking about their crime, you are going to get clipped. There is no two ways about it. And self-snitching, you really, really, really have to take note of that. From the moment you get put into the back of that cop car, you be quiet, you say no comment in the interview. When you head to court, when you head to prison, you don't talk about your crimes with no one. And, you know, people will get dirty at you, but you just say, are you serious, mate? Look what jail's like these days. And I'm telling you, that is the best advice that you are ever going to get. And trust me, self-snitching is a thing and will get you more time. And it's not even self-snitching, it's just pumping your own tires up. People bragging, telling about things that they've done on the outside, and promise you, you will get heard some way. So even the people gathering information are just as bad as the wires that are all around the place gathering your information. So you've just got to say in your head, every single person that you walk past is snitching. I know it's a shit way to think, but it's a good way to think, because then that way you ain't going to tell people shit. And you will find out at the end of your sentence what it's like, how many people are actually snitching and how many people are staunch. It is a rarity these days, I am telling you. And I am so glad I am out of that world. It is putrid. It is absolutely putrid. But anyway, guys, self-snitching, there it is. I've been Big Biff. This is the Chaos Chronicles. You guys have been absolutely awesome. If you guys haven't dropped me a subscribe, jump up there and shoot me a subscribe. That would be absolutely appreciated. Smash that bell. That way you never miss any of my videos. And chuck a comment in there. As you guys know, I do get around to getting back to all the comments. And I will see you awesome people somewhere in the next video. Ciao, ciao.